John Cena is gone. The corporation has returned. Sin Cara's fingers are falling off. Wrestling Reality here on Trib Live Radio. Justin LaBar with you. The next 2 hours, accept the reality. It will make you stronger. We got a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things in WWE to talk about with SummerSlam and Monday Night Raw all taking place in the last 2 days. Plus, I'll tell you about how I was a human guinea pig this morning for all of Pittsburgh to see. But let's start with the wrestling. Sin Cara, we got to see him again for the first time last night. He made his return to WWE television, at least for Monday Night Raw. And 1 minute into the match, he stopped his own match. He stopped his own match due to dislocated finger. Come on, man. Kurt Angle won an Olympic gold medal with a broken frickin' neck. These guys are wrestling with concussions, burnout knees, stoned, and you had a dislocated finger and he stopped the match. How do you say bust in Spanish? Worst investment WWE has made in a long time. But I can't say that I blame them. I mean, going into it, I was even ready to put my money into the Sin Cara investment stock. I thought he'd be a big deal. How wrong we all were. International disaster. He's this millennium's Tiger Ali Singh. Do you remember him? Probably not. All he needs is a turban and Babu. He's an international disaster. I don't care what he did as Mystico. Great. Live on with that. The fact of the matter is, more eyeballs, more legacy in the history books is going to go down to what you do in WWE. And the fact is, in WWE, he was a B-U-S-T. Speaking of replacements, Ricardo Rodriguez no longer managing Alberto Del Rio. He's managing Rob Van Dam. I really have a hard time picturing how this duo is going to work out. What are they supposed to be? Is one supposed to be the mouthpiece? Is Ricardo supposed to be a manager? Is he the drug dealer? I mean, I guess he could make a big deal about introducing Rob Van Dam, seeing that RVD's name and entrance is a big part of his shtick, but I don't know. He's no Bill Alfonso, but we'll give him a whistle and we'll let him try. Vignettes got people talking. They started running last night for the new characters that Primo and Epico are going to be repackaged in and playing. They are bullfighters because, you know, there's all those sweet bullfighters that are from Puerto Rico. The primetime players are officially baby faces. This is the first WWE television match they had since headlines were made last week when one half of the primetime players, Darren Young, came out and admitted that he was gay. I had hoped that they become baby faces. That came true, and I had also hoped and thought it would be very appropriate and very fitting to capitalize and have their first feud, their first opponents, be Zeb Coulters and his militia. That also seemed like it took place last night as they had a very strong showing. Darren Young got the hot tag, beating Cesaro, beating Swagger. A lot of potential there if they walk the line. If they don't walk the line, perhaps they can get stuck in a ring of fire, where Kane went down, 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 and the Wyatt's family's popularity and stock goes higher, higher, and higher. At SummerSlam, it was an Inferno match or a Ring of Fire match, whatever you want to call it. Very creative fashion there by Harper and Rowan to find their way into the ring. Ultimately, Bray Wyatt would win. It was his first match and pay-per-view match on the WWE main roster. Him and the family would drag Kane away, looking like they were going to sacrifice him. And it certainly seems that the next time we see Kane, it's very possible he could be a member of the Wyatt family whenever we see him again, because he is, of course, filming See No Evil 2. If Kane joins the Wyatt family, you remember where you heard it first. And finally, it seems a 2013 version of the corporation has been formed. The power executives of Vince, Stephanie, plus Triple H, the bodyguard henchman in the Shield, and the corporate champion of Randy Orton. I wrote on Monday how WWE outsmarted the smart fans. The smart fans. And apparently my explanation outsmarted those smart fans as well. They have all coined the phrase that they are smarter than just regular fans. They can't get worked. They won't get worked at all. They never get worked because they read the internet. They hate on Triple H that. They hate on Triple H because he buries this and Triple H's ego and blah, 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 blah. Bury. That's all Triple H wants to do. Well, you know what? I want to take the shovel at that burial site and smack the Smarks in the face with it. They would not know buried. They would not know buried if it ever smacked him in the face. They don't get the wrestling terminology. Do you get it? Triple H turned heel. I know we didn't outsmart you with Randy Orton cashing in and Triple H turning heel. I understand that some people easily predicted that. I predicted at least the cash in portion of that. I understand you weren't outsmarted there, but you are outsmarted, and you're bitching and complaining and whining. Well, Triple H, he can never get out of the spotlight, and why is he going to put down Daniel Bryan? He doesn't like Daniel Bryan. No. He's a heel. This is what they want, and you don't get that. You're trying to be too smart. You're overthinking it. Just let it be. Let it be. You don't, and then the response is, no. I don't think he's a good heel. He doesn't have storyline heat. He has real heat. No, he has no. You don't have any real heat with Triple H. You never spent one day behind the scenes. You never met him once, except to take your 8x10 and get it signed for your Facebook profile. You don't know him. You're buying the storyline. Just accept it, like it, and move on. Come on, man. Heat is heat. Triple H is a good heel. And the fact that you're bitching about him means that WWE has done their job. Period. End of conversation. You ain't smart. Just because you're heavily invested in it doesn't make any bit of a difference. In fact, just because you're heavily invested, all that means is that you're an easier target for WWE. We're going to take a break. 412-320-7925. sportstalk@tribweb.com. Tweet me at Justin LaBar. When we come back, I'll talk to you what it's like to be a human guinea pig here in Pittsburgh. Plus, we'll take your calls.